Hey guys, how's everyone? I just had Stuart the Fish Whisperer up. He's doing some deep sea fishing. Give me a second, guys. I'm looking around YouTube. I see that our friend Eve Akika, I think I'm saying that right, is doing a live stream. So we're going to pop in and say hi. Hey, Squirrel Sniper. And I'm going to share her out. So if you guys want to visit our friend Eve, if you guys aren't connected with our friend Eve, she'll be up on my community page. I just shared her out. She is cooking tilapia, freshwater fish. I was, even in my fish eating days, I was never a fan of tilapia. It's a very light fish. It's good in the fact that it actually sort of absorbs the flavor of whatever you're cooking it with. However, I like fish that has its own. I used to like fish. I no longer eat fish. Um, that has its own flavor. You know what I mean? When you're eating salmon, you know you're eating salmon. When you're eating halibut and salmon used to be my two favorite fish. Haddock is really good too. Cod is really good. So just give me a second, guys.
Daddy will give you some to eat.
It's a big fish. I didn't realize tilapia was that big of a fish. Hey, Jace. Jace says, we're on Friday. Hi there. I appreciate my fellow brothers in weird joining me. We're going to leave her up and running in a bit. I'm going to do a survey. I'm going to do a poll. Let's see. Give me a second, guys. Did someone just call me bald? Do you have actual proof that I'm bald other than your own eyes? Hey, A35. Let's see. Percio says you're an old man. Oh, most definitely, man. I'm old and I'm bald. 59 years old. I've been around the block a time or two. Hey, Oscar, how are you? But, man, you earn your old age. You don't get there by accident, you know? I definitely earned mine. Let's see. A35 says, what's everything doing? Not much. Oscar, how are you? Jay says, I'm old and bald. Yeah, boy. Here's a great thing about being old and bald. This is as bald as I'm ever going to get. I'll keep getting older, but I ain't getting no balder. That's for sure. Hey, Eric LaPointe. Hey, so what did you say? 505 pumps? Let's see. Staying off the grid says, why are you so gay? Why are you so gay? I don't understand that question. What's the so? So if you're going to be gay, what's the difference between being gay and so gay? That's the question. I don't know. Maybe you can answer that for me, staying off the grid. I'm going to do a poll. Let's see. Asuka says, I'm good. Just at work, laughing. I like being bald. Keeps the mind cool. Exactly. Maybe, maybe I'm bald because of all the excess thinking I did when I was young. And now that I'm old, I enjoy the coolness. Not as many thoughts as I used to have. All right, no, 105 pumps. That's what I thought. That's what I remembered. And then I started thinking about it. A friend of mine watched the live stream and he said, "Well, wait a minute. They're doing 500." And I was like, "I don't think they said 500, but maybe he did." That's a lot. 1,500 reps in total. Sniper says, "Staying off the grid. This may not be the channel for you." If I had to guess, Sniper, I'd say probably not. Hey, Heavenly Star. Heavenly Star says, Yogi Bear. Hello, my friend. Heavenly, how are you feeling, Heavenly? Sniper saying hi to everyone. All right. Just started a poll. There you go. Hey, Squirrel Sniper. I don't know if you heard me mention in the live stream this morning. Have you ever thought about doing your own live stream on esoteric stuff? Exploring mysteries with Squirrel Sniper. Something along that line. Isn't it amazing to see a comment online by someone whose channel name is Staying Off the Grid? Isn't that a bit of a contradiction? Heavenly Star says, a little sore today, but you're recovering nicely. A35 says, I'm going to stay in the live, but I'm going to play Roblox while in the live. Well, I appreciate you staying on. Thanks. So it's a 50-50 vote. Some people do, some people do not want to do breath work with me. Staying Off the Grid says, look, everyone is a homosexual. Everyone? Everyone. If I were to look around, everyone would be a homosexual. I find that hard to believe. I think if I were to look at 100 people, one of them would bound to be straight, right? 835. Oops, I read that. Evan S says, do you ever miss the past? No. No. Because you know what? The past was never what we thought it was. The past is largely, neuroscience shows, largely illusory. That we think things happen in a certain way, but they didn't literally happen a certain way. So that's like missing a dream. You know what I mean? Waking up from a dream and then saying, man, I really missed that dream that I had. How you doing, Evan? Seb says, I was thinking that last night. Maybe dive into radionics. Should I ask now what radionics is, or should I wait until the live stream? Let's see. Heavenly Star says, yes, went to the doctor today. What did the doctor have to say? Hey, Alice, how are you, my friend? Brian says, hi, Yogi, and all the chatters. Hey, Brian. Let's see. Asuka says, breath work for burpees. Nope, a simple breathing pattern, resonance breathing, which brings us in alignment, the brain frequencies, the heart frequency, all through the breath. It does have benefits towards burpees, because it improves the heart rate variability, meaning that when the heart rate goes up and we get to a resting spot, let's say you do 25 burpees and you want to recover, you recover quicker because that heart rate variability is in effect, meaning your heart rate lowers back down to your recovery level quicker. So the more we practice breath work on a regular basis, the more that heart rate variability increases, which also means when you're stressed out, the quicker you go back to not being stressed, the quicker you go from fight or flight to rest and digest, the quicker you go from road rage to, man, that was awful silly of me to react that way. The quicker you go from, wait a minute, did you just call me old, bald, and gay? To, I don't care. Breathwork is the wonderful returning point. It brings us back to center. And the more you practice it, the more you stay at center for all of your life. Let's see. Hey, Ann Scrap Chat. How are you, my friend? It's nice to see you. Evan says, what about the fun times? Well, isn't it enough that I had the fun time? Missing it, thinking about it is cool. I can always think about my fun times, but missing it, does missing the fun time actually bring any of that fun back? Or does it make me feel worse for what I'm doing right now? That I'm not having the fun that I supposedly had back then. All of my fun times happen right now. All of my fun time previously happened right now. So when I stayed the best that I'm able in the present moment, we're all having fun. Let's see. Alice said, Yoga, I just uploaded a new video. It's the it's named video and my brother and sister. All right. I'm going to have it up. You guys are going to go check out Alice's link. Hold on. Speaking of ringing the bell, this is for Heavenly Star. Cancer free. We're going to ring our own bell. This is the Tibetan meditation bell. We ring it on special times or when Runner Boy asks me to do it. Excellent news from our friend Heavenly Star. Absolutely awesome. Lots of love to you, my friend. Oscar says, I'm in. Well, thank you. This is a closer poll than I thought it would be. Sampa says, I'm afraid I'm taking it straight off the grid. All right, that leaves the field wide open for everyone else. Sampa says, Heavenly Star, that is wonderful news. It is, that's for sure. Sampa says, please do. A deep subject it's hard to touch on. So let's hear about it. Sniper, if you don't mind. Everyone's saying hi. Sampa says, everything in this realm is colors and numbers assigned to them like a natural law. Knowing this, we can use these tools, use these as a tool. Jay says, how on earth do you control breathing when laughing? That's the thing, man. Let laughing be your practice. There's a natural way of breathing when you're laughing. You don't even have to think about it. You're breathing and laughing. That should be the way when we are not doing specific breath work, that we're always breathing. It should be a joyful experience. We don't even know why we're feeling joy because we're breathing. If we're breathing, we're alive. We exist. Let's see. Heaven Star says, thank you. Brian says, hello, how are you? Trying hard to practice control breathing. Thanks to you. What we're going to do in just a minute, we'll do a breathing session, resonance breathing. We've done this before. It's going to be utilizing what's called the Ujjayi breathing. And it's going to be breathing in for 4, the natural pause that occurs, breathing out for 4, the natural pause. And we'll do 10 rounds. It'll be finished in less than 3 minutes. It's a practice that you can do 3 times a day. You can change it at night just a little bit by extending the exhale for 8, and it will help you go to sleep. It'll reduce anxiety. It will decrease stress. Again, it increases that heart rate variability. Just a minute. Oscar says, okay, I'm in. I need that. I'd be dying. Not only that, I can use that in life when everything starts coming at me at once, or be patient when I'm out and about with the twins. Absolutely. 100%. Breathwork makes us better parents, better spouses, better employers, better employees, because it does give us that patience. Course in Miracles, there's a quote that says, infinite patience produces immediate results. And I love saying that. And I love saying that to all the people who ask me to do something right now. This is probably why I'm divorced, by the way, because I would smile. They'd be like, hurry up, you got to do this, hurry up. The trash man's leaving, you got to get the trash out. And I would smile and say, infinite patience produces immediate results. And then, of course, the trash man would leave. We'd have to wait another week for the trash to go out. And I would be the only one who was actually laughing and smiling at that whole thing. That explains a lot about me, by the way. Jace says, Squirrel, do you mean paint by numbers? Hey, you know what, Jace? That's a pretty insightful comment. If you're using them as a tool, you are painting the universe the colors that you wish for. 835 says, can you stop being disrespectful to Yogi? Doesn't mean not looking. Doesn't mean I can't hear. Well, thank you for that, 835. Evan Source says, what up, 2024? Hey, Joyfield, how are you, my friend? We got a many blessings. Sniper is laughing, says, Jace, nope. Eric Quinn says, I was in a live stream where make fun of old people, like they're not going to ever get old, and they are in their late 20s. Man, it sneaks up on you quick. Literally seems like my late 20s were a week ago. Alice says it's kind of funny. I'm looking forward to watching it, Alice. It's going to be the first thing I do at the end of this live stream. Evan says, a year is calm as you are here in other places. I'm going to say 90% of the time. 85% of the time. I'll stop at 85%. 85% of the time. But the thing is that when I'm not calm, I'm going to go back up to 90%. I'm trying to think of the last time I wasn't like calm. I don't try to be calm. I don't try to be patient. What I do is notice when I'm not calm and notice when I'm not patient and then return to center point. The thing that I've been thinking a lot about, and I talked a bit about this morning and yesterday, equanimity. The ability to not deny, not bypass. If you're impatient, you're impatient. You know what I mean? If you suffer a bout of impatience, instead of adding being upset with yourself to that, now you're just multiplying the suffering. You just shrug it off. You laugh about it. Well, man, I was really impatient. or I blew my cool for that moment. And you just come back to center time after time after time. Life, it's a practice, all of it. Everything's an opportunity to practice. Alice says it's kind of funny. I'm really looking forward to it. Let's see. Joyful says, friends hello and enter kindly. Thank you for that. Hey, Ginger. All right, guys. Hey, Austin. Heavenly Star says, Sniper, do you see anyone disrespecting Yogi Bear? Because I don't. Up at the very top, some people had said some stuff, but it was just internet stuff. Joyful says, practice daily. Yes, absolutely. Alice says, I laughed so much making that video. Those are the best kind, aren't they? So how you doing, Austin? Brian says, we're looking forward. So we're going to do it in just a minute. You guys can join me if you want. Sniper says, nope, Heavenly Star, I dealt with that earlier. Alice is back. Welcome back, Alice. Joyful drops Jace's link. Ginger says, midday Google search, catch up. Just wondering how you spent your downtime without the Ginger driving your diploma at the Ginger Academy. It was tough getting through it. But I had good training at the Ginger Academy. All right. So I'm just going through all the highs. Once I get to the bottom, we're going to do some breath work. Heavenly Star says, smash the like. Thank you. Appreciate that. Alice says, had a star. And there I am at the bottom. We're going to pause. We're going to do some breath work. Do you guys remember the ha? It's called the Ujjayi. Ujjayi is Sanskrit and it means victorious. It's called the victorious breath. I should make sure, I should check the poll to make sure that people actually want to do it. Let's see. I just want to know, I don't want to fall too far behind. We're only going to do 10 breaths. I'll do the counting. That victorious breath. It's also called the ocean breath. And I love that sound. I love the word ocean breathing. We breathe as the ocean. It's got that low roar. As the tide comes in, the tide goes out. The tide goes in. So it's like making a snoring sound. I got my demonstrating glasses. I want to pretend like I'm going to, well, I'm not going to pretend I'm going to do it. I'm going to fog up my glasses. You guys can see. That doesn't mean I have bad breath. That happens with everyone. You can fog up your own glasses like you're fogging up the bathroom mirror. So to practice that, we're going to breathe in through the nose. Make that ha sound. Now we're going to breathe in through the nose and make that ha sound with our mouth closed. It's literally like we're snoring. Now we're going to do the same thing when we breathe in. Mouth is shut. We're just going to simply make a ha, very gentle, very ha sound. Pretend that someone asked you, does your spouse or your significant other snore? And you said yes, very, very, very gently. You can barely hear them. And they said, could you imitate that? Imitate your spouse's gentle snoring. If your spouse does not snore gently, I apologize. I apologize. All right. So what we're going to do is breathe in using that breath, the Ujjayi breath. That Ujjayi breath is essential for what we're doing. It tones the vagal nerve. The vagal nerve is the nerve that connects the energetic system from fight or flight, from rage, back to peace and calm, rest and digest. You can control that. You can lose your temper, you can be upset, you can be pissed off, and you can use your breath 10 breaths to come back to center. 10 breaths, all it takes. So we are going to breathe in for a count of 4. Between every breath, there's a pause. We're not going to count it, we're just going to notice it. And then we're going to exhale for 4. And then there's another pause, and we're just going to notice it. And we repeat. This is also called coherence breathing. We're creating coherence between the heart rate and our brain waves. Everything's in sync, everything's in line. So we're going to do this for 10 breaths. Anyone going to do it with me? Remember, we breathe through the nose. One of the things with using that Ujjayi breathing is it helps us control the breath. Hey, Tandra. So when we do the Ujjayi breathing, it's like putting a control thing on a garden hose. I know control thing isn't an actual word. I can't think of what they're called. I don't know why. Sprocket, whatever it is. So if I were to try to breathe in for a count of 4 without using that breath, I'm sucking in air way too quick, way too fast. I'm losing the benefits. Now, if I do it with that Ujjayi breathing, I'm sipping in air. A little bit at a time, little bit at a steady stream, little bit for a count of 4, and then release little bit for a count of 4. All right, so if you would like to do it with me, I would invite everyone when you do it to, well, you can watch. When you do it on your own, close your eyes, gently focus on that spot in between the eyes. It's the third eye, Arjuna chakra. It's the chakra of intuition. Helps us enter a very light meditative state, but it might be more helpful if you watch me. So we're going to breathe in for a count of 4. Just rest in that space. Let your breath settle on its own. Nice and easy, nothing special. Very gently through the nose, very gently through the nose. And that's it, 10 breaths. Coherence breathing, resonance breathing, 4x4 breathing, even breathing, whatever it is you would like to call it. It's a very, very powerful breath. And it's so simple to do. If you want, just leave a comment and we can do it again in a few minutes. And this time I won't do the breathing. I'll count for everyone. If you notice that you don't quite make it to 4, don't worry about it. Remember, it's a count of 4. It's not necessarily 4 seconds. So it might be a little over 4 seconds. It might be a little under 4 seconds. Just go by your count. Try to keep the inhalation and the exhalation as even as you can. Don't get caught up in attempting to do, attempting to make it perfectly even. Don't get caught up in anything. Just use that ujjayi breath, that ha sound. Count in for 4. Natural pause. Count out for 4. I think this evening on the live stream, I'll do a 4x8 breath, which is a perfect evening relaxation breath. And you can do it right before bed. You can do it in bed, lying on your back, ready to sleep. So often, I don't even make it to the count, my 10 breaths, and fall asleep before I get to 10, which is perfect. Hey, Sue, how are you? We're going to go back up here. Ginger says, oh no, the wife sounds like a hungry lion. Emily Starr is explaining that she had surgery on her left lung and she is cancer-free. We rang the bell for that. We will ring it again whenever she asks for it. John just says hi to Joyfield. Nightmare says the Savior has returned. Welcome back, Nightmare. Alice will be right back. Let's see. Joyfield says the physical realm is all an illusion. I am in agreement with you, my friend. Sophie says, Joyfield, do you know what the Greek translation of apocalypse is? What is it, Sniper? Nightmare says, what's Yogi doing? Is he having a seizure? So if, I'm hoping no one called 911. I'm hoping they're not going to storm through my door. Nightmare, out of infinite concern for my well-being, called 911, and now they're rushing over. 835 says, I think he's having a relapse. What would I be relapsing into? Heavenly Star says, no, he's doing breath work. Yep. Right now he's doing a breathing session. How you doing, Sue? Ginger says, I don't want to be rude, but do you think Yogi is saying, Ginger, shut it right now? Don't be saying anything. Don't be selfish, you prick. Absolutely not. Would never say that. Wouldn't even enter my mind, to be honest with you. Brian says, brilliant. Thank you. You're welcome, my friend. I have more of this on my... I have a playlist. If you go to my channel, what's it called? My page, my homepage. And look at my playlist. You'll see stuff for breath work. And I do a lot of it. I mentioned before, if you guys want to support the channel, feel free. I got the members. It's not a members only. I don't like that. It is a members, people who are, wish to support, which is cool, if you want to. If you don't, that's cool. You guys give me an awful lot of support just by being here. If it wasn't for you guys, I would just be an old bald guy who some people think is gay, doing funny things with my hand going up and down and making snoring noises. So you guys give a purpose to my weirdness. Heavenly Star says I have to do 20 breath work. What do you mean, Heavenly? Hey, Brian, by the way, I'm happy to help you in any way as far as the breath work is concerned. Breathwork and meditation, two favorite things to talk about in yoga. Brian says, thank you, Yogi. You're welcome, my friend. Genji says, ding ding, Heavenly, I'm sorry for being rude. Just kick cancer's ass. Stay positive and always look at the treetops. Thanks for that positive message, Ginger. Sniper says the Greek word for apocalypse is apocalypsis, which means revelation. The word is made of the following parts. Apok, tian, means to uncover, reveal. Nightmare says, I was worried, Yogi. When I joined, you were breathing heavy at the camera. I was just happy to see you, Nightmare. You told me that this is the only live stream that you ever come in where someone looks you in the eye and breathes heavy in and out. I bet you that happens to Nightmare in like every single live stream that he goes in. Star says, you good, Ginger Man? Hey, Corey. Corey says, good, thanks, I guess. Nightmare says, I doubt it was for no reason, but good to see you anyway. I appreciate that. This is for our friend Heavenly Star. This is a cancer-free celebration for the rest of the day. Any live stream for the rest of the day, when we get the symbol for the bell, or when she asks for it, we will ring the bell. Sniper says, always reason, Corey Dykes. You know that. This is true. Oh, Heavenly Star says, so I don't get an infection in my left lung. That makes sense. My father had to do that several times recovering from pneumonia. She says, it's really windy here right now, but still nice outside with Kitty, relaxing for a while. I like windy days. Ginger says, hey, Corey, you seem pretty cool, but don't follow people that are trying to be funny. Do it in your own way. Try doing that. Excellent advice from our friend Ginger, who is funny in his own way. Heavenly Star says, Han, you are awesome. Hey, Songho. Tanya says, Heavenly Star, hey, congratulations. Great news. Definitely great news. That's for sure. Ginger says, in a positive way, say that, buddy. You are pretty cool. Corey says, oh, me, mod. Trial basis, my friend. Trial basis. Ginger says, don't let people consume you. Remember, here's the thing with mods. It is just to help connect to people. You can feel free to drop links, your own, someone else's. You can go to someone's page and say, you know, hey, I love your work. Let them know that you were visiting. But it is not to time anyone out. Brian says, congrats, Corey. Songho says, is your voice getting better? Halam. Heavenly Star says, thank you. Nightmare says, don't ban me, Corey. What did Uncle Ben say to Peter Parker? With great power comes great responsibility. Heavenly Star says, Sniper is very protective. He is. You don't get the title Sniper, without taking care of business. Of course, says, sorry, mans. I got distracted from my game. That's okay. Heavenly Star says, welcome back to Blue. Let me know what you guys thought of the breath work, if you want. Seppa says, Corey, did you read my last message to you? So 4x4 breathing, so important because it's the basis from which a whole lot of other breathing comes in handy. Again, we double up on the exhalation. If you ever need to calm down for whatever reason, if you feel, I know a lot of people here have suffered through some type of, or still do, anxiety, even on the verge of panic attacks. It always seems they come out of the blue. Hey, Mercy. But they don't come out of the blue. There's a subtle shift in our breathing pattern. When we are in the throes of anxiety, we're breathing a certain way. When we're about to have a panic attack, we're breathing a certain way. When we're depressed, we're breathing a certain way. If you spend a little bit throughout the day, breath check. Just check in. How am I breathing? Am I breathing primarily through my mouth? Am I breathing high up in my chest? Are my shoulders tense? Is my jaw tense? All of that is an indication that we're not breathing optimally. And if we're breathing quick, especially in the chest, then we are probably suffering some type of anxiety. Anxiety generally, when you're in it and it's unchecked, generally increases. Doesn't go away by itself. Let's see, Ginger says, but when people are being, just say the name and Yogi gives a response. Nightmare says, how did your Halloween go? Says, sleep by 7:30. If anyone knocked on my door, I'm afraid that they were disappointed. I hope you guys had a good Halloween. Let's see. We got some emojis, heart emojis. Thank you for that. From Mercy. Like 13. I appreciate that too. Nightmare says, I do need breath work. Sometimes I'm walking down the street and see a shop selling haggis and I get too excited. I'm not sure I ever expected to hear someone say they got excited by haggis. I didn't even think people in Scotland got excited about haggis. I thought it was one of those sort of universally. I'm going to have to ask Stuart about this as well. Nightmare, do you honestly like haggis? I've never had it. I'm not judging. Just most people I know who've had it haven't enjoyed it. Mercy says, I have anxiety. I'm sorry to hear that. I have my own bouts with anxiety as well. It has been largely better the last 2, maybe close to 3 years. For the past 3 years. So give yourself these checks through the day. See how you're breathing. And then introduce something that brings you back to center point. The best way, nasal breathing. You want to nasal breathe through the day. If you find that you're not, simply and very gently return back to nasal breathing. It should be your belly moving. It's my phone. Your belly should move as you inhale. It should fall as you exhale. Your chest movement should be minimal. So you just check in and then add that ha breathing that I mentioned above, where you are literally very gently making a snoring sound. That's it. And that is enough 90% of 80% of the time. Yes, my percentages keep shifting to bring you from on the verge of anxiety or noticing you're starting to feel anxious. It calms you back down because you're toning the vagal nerve. So I'm thinking, as often as you guys want in the live streams, just say it and we'll do some type of breath work because we're talking 10 breaths. It doesn't take much time out of the live stream and it is so beneficial for everybody. Ginny says, I do this, run your shower hot and breathe like he showed up. Emily Star said they got candy for Halloween, even though I didn't go out. Nice. Makes it even better, doesn't it? No, I guess going out on Halloween's, it's even better than the candy, I think. Emma says, no, I hate it, but it makes for a good Scottish joke. Gotcha. Honestly, I've never heard, I guess someone has to like it, but I've never heard anyone say. Cam says, so Eric, I changed my name. What was your name before, Cam? All right. I just wanted to check out your channel, my friend. I'm subscribed. Ginger says, oops, I fell behind. Oh no, Yogi had to go to bed with a beautiful picture in his mind. And remember, guys, Yogi grunted in disgust. That's my breath work. My cheeks still hurt. The breath work, the grunt was part of my own breath work. I didn't look at the photo, by the way. I am free. My mind is untainted. However, I did get a vivid and probably toned down description from Ginger. We reached the compromise, and it was pretty, and it did physically invoke a grunt of disgust. Cam says, Eric, it's me, like tea, remember? Like tea. Oh, we like tea. I do remember. We've talked about tea. But I can't remember your original name. I apologize. How are you? And welcome back. Nightmare says, call 911. He's doing it again. Mercy says, since my husband passed away. I'm sorry, Mercy. That is definitely a trigger. The thing is, anxiety doesn't come from nowhere. Anxiety builds up little bit, little bit, little bit. It's like speaking of tea, it's like boiling water for a cup of tea. It starts out cool water and then it heats up. Anytime we notice water is heating up and we don't want tea, we change our mind, we can turn the heat off or turn it down to make it last longer. The thing is, we never notice it. So the water keeps getting hotter and hotter and hotter until it reaches that point where it is boiling over and we're in a full-blown anxiety attack. What we need to do is interrupt the process. The best way to do that is notice the breath and notice, just give a body scan. Where am I tense? And then breathe in, use that ujjayi breath, and visualize light with the breath entering whatever muscle you want to relax. A lot of my anxiety was triggered caregiving for my father with congestive heart failure, all through the length of COVID, and then losing my business, having to sell my car. Recently just had to sell my father's car, which was literally felt like a physical blow for me to let that car go. Like I let my father down. I couldn't hold on to that. So yeah, working through issues. I am not issue free. But of course you guys knew that. Mercy says, all I want is spend time in bed. So anxiety, depression as well. Corey crashed his game. Sniper sending love to you, Mercy. Of course, I can't offer anything that would, I did not Google it, Ginger. I can't offer anything that is a cure for depression. But we can manage. We can manage. Mercy says, I don't even know if that I'm suffering from anxiety. What do you mean, Mercy? Oh, Heavenly Star says, what song was that? I don't remember. I'm gonna have to look that up. I liked it because it was soothing. And I don't like a phone call to jolt me out of whatever it is that I'm doing. Like, talking to you guys. If I'm meditating or going to sleep, then the ringer is off completely. Let's see. Let me catch up here, guys. I apologize. Cam sprained my ankle. I'm sorry to hear that. How'd you do that? Sniper says, Corey, look up the chat for my last message to you. Heavenly Star is sending prayers. Thank you for that, Heavenly. Corey says, okay. Your name before was like tea. It was like tea. Was I like tea? Why did that take me so long? Why did that not register sooner? Sorry, my friend. I'd like tea. Welcome back. Why did you decide to change it? Corey says, connect with people. I did not Google it because I was afraid an image would come up. I was warned against even Googling it. Camp says, I'm good. Corey says, I play my game a lot. It's my favorite thing to do. So I don't type. I'm focusing. Gotcha. Ginger says, thank you, Heavenly. It's a Ginger thing. I'm a star. You're certainly a star, my friend. Nightmare says, I feel like things like panic attacks come from overthinking mostly. I don't suffer from these things myself, but from observation, people who do seems like they just overthink everything. Sort of. The thing is that sometimes it could just be one thought. One thought can trigger anxiety. Sometimes it's not even from a thought. It's just an accumulation of stress that's being held in the body. We're not even thinking about it. We're going about our business. Things seem fine. And all of a sudden it'll start hitting. It can be from previous thoughts that we've had over certain things that has caused stress to be held within the body. And all it needs is a trigger. And you never know what that trigger is going to be. My trigger, unfortunately, was lying down to go to sleep. I would lie down, I would relax, I would be on the verge of going to sleep, and it would be like a bolt of lightning, red hot, white hot, going down my spine, causing me to jump out of bed, that something was happening that was beyond my control. I couldn't do anything about it. My heart was racing. My mind could be completely fine, oddly enough. Corey says, well, there's, well, where's everyone? Usually, yeah, I think Jason's doing a session. Trending Love TV, like everyone else. You know, people come and go. Life takes over. Cam says I got an x-ray and the results for a sprained ankle and not a broken ankle. I'm glad it's not broken, but a sprained ankle can definitely be painful. Ginny says I'm building my dad's car that has been in the field for 40 years, and it's mine anyway, but he needs it. He's 69. What what kind of shape is it in after being in the field for 40 years? Cam says I almost broke it. Man, I'm glad you didn't. Sampa says, Corey, you should see them on the next live. Jason's working out all night. Playing soccer. Yeah, that'll do it. I think soccer is what? Tough on the ankles, tough on the knees. Junior says, I came here, my anxiety is gone. My excitement skyrockets. I can't stay positive without being here. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to be, that all of us can be there for each other. What about Trending and Selma? Yeah, I don't know where they are. Hey, Joe. Hawk076 is here. How are you, my friend? Junior says, but I'm making it a habit, so I stay up. Hey, we appreciate your company. Ginger says, leave Selma out of it. And right there, you're filling already. Heavenly Star says, tomorrow I can finally have solid food. Oh, I know you're looking forward to that. Do you, have you planned out what you would like to eat? Simply says, Corey, please don't wind up Selma when she is here. I mean that sincerely. And Corey very nicely says, okay, I'll try not to. Ginger says, there's a reason Selma is not blue. Absolutely. Hey, Skits. Hello, Eric Brother. How are you, my friend? Hi, chat. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Much love to you all. Much love to you, Skits. Any new songs in the work? Ginger says, ignore Sniper just said it too. Sniper said it too. Doesn't hurt to reiterate. It doesn't hurt to reiterate. Hey, Daisy. Daisy says, oh, hi, Yogi. Daisy, how you doing? She's stopping in to say hi. I appreciate that. Let's see. Ginger says, I'm doing a frame swap anyway, 95% complete. Nightmare says, do you think modern society causes things like anxiety, the way things are set up? I feel like too much judgment in society isn't good for the mind and triggers certain issues in certain people. Yes, that's a keen insight, Nightmare. Modern society keeps us in this low level of stress every day, all the time. You can't just turn on news to get news. And it's always bad news. Every once in a while, they throw in what's called a human interest. But there you go. Sorry, guys. I faded out of existence. Did you all feel that? Just for a second. And then, you can't watch the news without getting bombarded by everything that is wrong with everyone and everything. And then beneath the newscasters giving you that bad news is a banner giving you more bad news. And it's everywhere. And we're always rushing. We're always tuned in and connected with something that isn't even real. All right, everyone's saying hi. Nightmare says, Nightmare, try all blue lights, low frequency, disruption, high frequency heals. No high frequency out there, only low. Hawk says, I'm good, just relaxing now. Have you gotten in your reps already? Sniper says blue lights equals Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Hawk says, hey, Heavenly Star, hope you're getting better. Nightmare says, high frequency sniper, got it. Is there an explanation that you know of? Corey is laughing. Says hi. Heavenly Star says, Sosis is my protector on my live. Nice. I'm happy to hear that. Skips is a good guy. Cam is back. Welcome back, Cam. Skip says, it's funny you should ask. I finished a song today, Eric. It isn't the best, but I feel like if I'm post it, then I can move on from it. I agree. Let's see. Nightmare says, Eric, you froze. I froze, and I'm immediately expecting AOL jokes. But before you make a single AOL joke, remember, that's my email address. It's not my internet connection. I have Verizon. I agree, Skits. It's just the same with my writing. Once I post it, it's done. It's gone. If someone reads it and says, I don't like it, it has nothing to do with me. I've already moved on from it. I'm already working on the very next thing. But sharing is part of the artistic process. All part of the inspiration. Ginger says it's a 53 Cadillac. Wow. 62 series, 4-door, doing a 5.3 swap. We should kick out about 420 horsepower to 450. But got too much, but not too much. It's a caddy. Gotcha. Skid says, well, what happened? I did freeze. Not my internet. That was actually me doing that. Hulk says, not yet. I will this afternoon, but we'll be on the lookout for it. Nightmare says, come back to us. So it's send him an AOL. Heavenly Star says, Nightmare, I think you did. Sniper says, Nightmare water has the ability for memory and can be programmed. We also are made of water. Every part of us, carbon and water. I forget the name. He was a Japanese researcher. He did very important work on the power of thought as addressed with water. That they took water and put a note in it with a hateful word and froze it. And the crystals were fractured, very ugly in expression. And then they took water and they froze it, and it had a positive message. And the crystals were all uniform, all beautiful, intricately designed. Heavenly Star says, Hawk, I'm cancer-free. Dirty Bear, ring the bell. When I asked for it. Oh, and I thought you were asking again. There we go. Star. All the way from Tibet. Beautiful sound. Hawk says, I'm glad to hear that. Hawk, Heavenly Star says, thank you to Hawk. And Cora says, Hawk smash. Hawk does smash. He smashes the reps like no one else can. That's for sure. Hey, Joe, how many days was it when you were doing your, this might have been 2 years ago. Your Navy SEAL streak? Man, day after day after day. So Skits, we can expect the song to drop sometime soon? Sniper says, Skits got my van back. 525 for replace the fuel pipe. Crazy days. 30 days straight. It's a lot of Navy SEALs. Ginger says, tell him to ring that bell like he needs a sandwich. Skid says, I will drop it shortly after you're live, Eric, brother. Awesome. That's only going to be a few minutes from now, actually. 1 or 2 minutes. Nightmare says, Yogi, do you think there will ever be peace in the streets amongst the Crips and the Bloods? Or is it too much water on the bridge for you? There will be, but it's not going to be done the way we think it will be. It's impossible for it to be done the way we think it will be. In the history of the world, we've never protested our way into peace. We've never protested our way into ending violence. We can't carry enough signs. We can't do enough good deeds. We can't do anything that is ever going to end warfare and violence and feed starving people. Nothing we do in the physical world, will ever make a difference. Sad to say. There is a way. When we've had enough and we turn the only place that we can possibly turn for answers, not to other people, not to politicians, not to the president, not to any world leader, not to the clergy. We're not going to get real answers from them either. The only place we can ever turn is within and examine our own thoughts and where are they coming from. Because our thoughts are literally creating the world that we perceive. And we are perceiving a pretty crappy place. However, it's a perception. It's not reality. The reality is we have enough food to feed every single person in the world right now. And we have the technology to make it happen right now. Every kid, instead of going to bed hungry tonight, could have a meal within an hour. War could end in an instant. Regardless of, what you think of the warring factions. If right now Putin simply had a different thought, the war with Ukraine would be over. If those in positions of power in Israel and Hamas had different thoughts, it would be done. There would be cooperation. That's it. Bottom line. However, we're so caught up in our perceptions that we never see the cause. The cause is always based upon a thought, and the thought is always based upon fear. Fear that someone has something that I don't. Fear that if I take time to feed starving people, I might run out of time. There might not be enough for me. That whatever. It's all based upon fear. It's all based upon judgment, fear, and guilt. And it's projected outwards. That's the world that we have. If we heal that within, we are perceiving a different world. And when we perceive a different world, we invite other people to step in. Let's get away with that perceiving a different world. Let me change that. Instead of perception, now we're seeing reality. We're deep participants in reality. Jesus was a deep participant in reality. Not perception, but reality. Buddha was a deep participant in reality. And they invited us in. Some people stepped up and said, I want that. I want that peace. Most people didn't. Everyone will. It says, I don't believe in borders. Me either. Not in that sense. You and I are on the same page with that. Hulk says, SEALs is still a struggle. SEALs will always be a struggle. They are a struggle for... There's a short list of people who they are not struggles for. Burpee Reaper, the Iron Wolf, Max Edwards, still in the game. Those are the guys. For me, just immortal. I'm not in the realm of the burpee gods. There'll always be a struggle. Skid says, no way, Squirrel. Now that is expensive. It's a crazy world financially. That is for sure. I hope money comes back at you in abundance. Thank you for that, Skits. Nightmare says, I do feel like Israel is at war with everyone right now. I hate to pick sides, but it is the same person having issues with multiple people then. You know what? Yeah, it's not a matter of taking sides. I mentioned before, we had someone coming in a couple weeks ago who would like to come in and shout, you're not talking about Palestinian suffering. Which we're not. That wasn't part of the conversation that we were having. I don't see why me talking about it to you guys would make any difference in the world whatsoever. It wouldn't change anything for me to, if I had the platform to talk to everyone in the world. Until people are at peace within themselves, then the world itself will never be at peace. So, yeah, like Nightmare said, it's the same person having issues with multiple people. All it takes, that one person to have a different thought. This is the big thing with plant medicine, the profound effect that it has on people. Ginger says, let's try to make the politicians see that we are not divided for race. Um, that's over. It's political views. They want victims because they are vulnerable. It's sad. We should have borders by letting in waiting for that thought to finish. Semper says, some think we all need to stop financing wars. Unfortunately, those that pledge a war upon another nation, all buying the arms off the same source. That's true, sadly so. Hawk says, just give me 1 pumps, I'll do that all day. Yeah, I agree with that. But even that's not a walk in the park. Some people have said they like 1 pumps even less because they go out with a really fast pace. Hey, Brian. Brian says, so Eric and chat, getting ready to work out and get to work. What's on the agenda for the workout? Songo says, wise words. Heavenly Star says, okay, I'm back. What did I miss? We were bringing peace to earth. All of us. Sampa says, greeting to Brian Lane. Heavenly Star says, hi to Brian. Nightmare says, so much hate in the world. If only we could all get together and crack some AOL jokes or even some what up app jokes, then we could all work it out. I'm doing my part for you guys. I'm providing the fodder. Nightmare and Ginger are fueling the jokes. Man, we're like a peacekeeping force between the three of us. Somehow it feels a little it feels a little unfair, a little one-sided here, but that's okay. There actually is not hate in the world. There is zero hate in the world. Zero. When a bird eats the worm, it's not out of hate. Zero hate. There is plenty of hate within us. However, it's not even really hate. It's fear. According to A Course in Miracles, that the opposite of love isn't hate. The opposite of love is fear. Although, it clarifies, that which is all-encompassing, love, truly has no opposite. Snipper says, nothing regular with Navy SEALs. This is true. Brian says, probably regular Navy SEALs. Yeah, I'm in agreement with Squirrel Sniper. Although, for Brian Lane, regular Navy SEALs are regular. Man, that psycho workout that he did, was it yesterday, the day before? Hey, Michael. Michael says, hey, Yogi, sorry for being late. I was trying to capture some strange sounds I've been hearing in my house lately. Wow. Did you get them? Ginger says, okay, 1 pump, 2 pumps, 3 pumps. You finished the rest. Brian will finish them, that's for sure. And Joe will finish them, that's for sure. Me, I'm taking a break. I am back in the kettlebell world, guys. Corey says, hey guys, I'm back and about to go. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, Corey. Alex says, got you on my speaker. Well, heading to GameStop to check out some games. Anything new? Heavenly Star says, Michael is a good man, Brother Sniper. Michael is a good man. All you guys are good people. Man, you know what? As far as live streams are concerned, I lucked out. Sniper says, the perspective of Navy SEALs. Yeah, it's a different world from where Brian looks at it, isn't it? Michael says, I caught an unexpected tap that wasn't me or my animals. Up. Thank you for that reminder, Squirrel Sniper. I missed it. This is for our friend Heavenly Star. Tibetan meditation bell. It is sending out frequency. It is sending out the frequency of healing, celebration for our friend Heavenly Star, who is cancer-free. It's being sent out with absolute love. Hawk says, I need to invest in kettlebells. It's a good investment. I've been doing kettlebells since about 2002. I got certified, three certifications as kettlebell instructor, kettlebell sport coach, and then I got a master coach certification. But I stopped competing in kettlebells in 2009 to do ultra running. Never says, never voted, never will. But good luck to all my American friends. And if all else fails, don't forget, you still have LP to rely on. I'm thinking about doing a write-in vote. Eric Lapointe. Ginger says, you stopped my chat sentence. I did? What did I do? Oh, there we go. Yes, get educated before voting, guys. I'm not saying one way or the other. Don't believe everything I think within the means. It's not personal, it's life. Excellent advice. And I agree. Get educated. If you would ask most people, why are you a Democrat? Why are you a Republican? Why are you a Libertarian? Most wouldn't exactly know why. They wouldn't list policy. Most people, well, my parents were, if they were honest, my parents were, or I just like this guy, or I just like this girl, or I just like whatever. Brian says, have a blessed day, Yogi's chat. Thank you, Brian. Have a good workout and have a good night at work. Corey says, kettlebells. Yep. Hey, Corey, if you look at my morning live stream, you'll see me doing a 10-minute kettlebell set. You'll see what kettlebells are. Michael says, congratulations, Heavenly. Heavenly Star says, that's not a kettlebell. That is not a kettlebell. That's for sure. Sniper says, try Google Corey. Ginger says, and Ginger Rogers Academy, you graduated with an A because of your grunt. Now that's a shame that grunt wasn't captured. Sniper says, there are dumbbells in shape of old kettle without the sprout. There you go. That sums it up. All right. So, man, I'm almost an hour and a half. Nightmare says, I need to go, but have a great day, Eric and chat. Thanks again for the awesome stream. Thank you, Nightmare, for help making it awesome. Ginger says, what, it wasn't? It didn't make the video? Oh, it made the video, But I was thinking like captured in a clip. Just the grunt in a clip. Corey says, guess what, guys? What's that? We're going to see what Corey has to say, and then I'm going to call it a day. Or an afternoon. I'll be back later. Ginger says, edit it. You know what? Something, honestly, I have never edited a single thing in my life. I don't edit my writing. No, I might, spell check if something's spelled wrong. I'll fix that. But I never go back and edit things. William says, good afternoon, Baldy. I'm guessing that you're referring to me. As I look around, and I'm definitely the only bald guy here. Good afternoon, my friend. Sniper says, see you in a few hours, Eric. Be good people, no harm. Thank you, Sniper. Corey says, William, stop. Let's see. Brian says, I had someone in my psycho style burpees say that they were useless. Almost said, why don't you write Burpee King that? But I didn't respond. It's a plyometric. You're training explosiveness. And to be able to do that repeatedly, man, that's awesome. Sniper says, greeting, William. Heavenly Star says, William, he is bald, so what? This is true. I am bald. Ginger says, we should do a rewind and positive thing for New Year's when we met. Hey, that would be fun to do. You remember what month you came in, Ginger? William says, greetings, Squirrel Sniper. Corey says, okay. Ginger says, but Yogi is a man's man. Well, they say people who are bald, it's because they have an excess of testosterone. True story. Heavenly Star says, we love everyone here. We do. Thank you for adding that, Heavenly. Sniper says, William just needs to learn to not describe when talking to someone. He'll learn fast. People do. July or August. Wow. So 3 months, 4 months maybe. That's nice. Imagine if we all did that, Sniper. As soon as we started talking to someone, we offered a description before we started. Hey, person in glasses. How are you today? All right. So, guys, we're going to wrap it up. I'll be back later. 5:20. So, what, 3 hours? I'm going to have my last little tiny meal for the day. I'm going to go out and take my third walk for the day. Heavenly Star says, one thing I don't like about hospitals is they are always cold. And they don't really give you blankets, do they? It's always like thin sheets. Ginger says, how about this? I found you an accident when I was down and out. Been perfect ever since. Man, that is amazing to hear. I'm glad that we can help each other, Ginger. And you guys certainly help me. Michael says, great stream, my friend. Thank you, Michael. Much appreciated. Seth says, no. Heavenly Star says, peace, Yogi Bear. Peace to you, my friend. Hawk says, peace, Master Yogi. Angela Journey MF says, you always leave when I join you. Son of a watermelon. Let's see. Seth says, I'm way too late. Skit says, much love, everyone. Hey, check out Skits' video coming up. Check out our friend Alice, by the way, who has a new video up. She wanted us to watch it. If you guys can check it out. Before we go, we're going to do one last thing. This is for Heavenly Star. This is for healing. Frequency of love, guys. Take care. Take care, guys. I'll see you later.